me make sure I am doing this correctly. My son normally helps me out, so I want to make sure. Okay, that's music, so that's all the way down. Boy, my kid is so smart. I don't know how he does this. But normally we have like a little bit of light music playing in the background, and then you should be able to hear me through the laptop microphone. I have a camera set up. Okay. Boy, my kid is so smart. I don't know how he does this. But normally we have like a little bit of light music playing in the background. Okay, so I just saw myself pop up on screen as finally going live. I think I was talking to a non-live camera for about 2 minutes. So let me start over. Welcome if you're here. RSN, hi. I'm doing well today. Thanks for coming. I have to start over. So my name is Jen. I'm the owner of the Circle of Besties Metaphysical online shop. I do tarot cards. I pull cards for you for free every week. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Here, let me see how this is going to work. Bear with me. I am in the middle of a move. So what I'm doing is I have a makeshift setup here with 2 decks of tarot cards and a laptop. So I'm hoping that we are able to, show the readings as best as I can. Okay. Well, thank you for joining. Okay, RSN, let's have an update. How was your week? Oops. I'm pulling cards at the same time, so I think this, and then I'll speak to those in a little bit. So generally I start with pulling a couple of cards just to get an overall theme. Okay, looking for new work for a while. Can you please do a career for the month of September, October? Yeah, I can do that. So our first 2 cards are the Hermit and the Ten of Cups. So the Hermit is a major arcana. It's an individual search for meaning. So what am I meant to do? Like what type of life path am I meant to follow? What fuels me, what motivates me, what makes me feel excited to jump out of bed in the morning and get going. So the Hermit is about introspection. It's an individual journey. It calls me a Virgo. It's the number 9. And then with the Ten of Cups, that's one of the happiest cards in the deck. So if you have the Ten of Cups, you see a happy family, children dancing in the background, like they have the home, they have the land, they have a happy rainbow, beautiful weather. Yes, the weather holding this weather. I live in the U.S. in the Northeast, so the weather here is so beautiful and the perfect temperature. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The sun is shining. It's I can layer my clothes, So I am a happy girl with the weather, and it really is motivating. I always joke that I do the Sound of Music spin. So I don't know if you've seen that meme with the character from the main Maria from the Sound of Music just spinning on the top of a hill. That's what it makes me feel like doing. So let's call this card the Sound of Music spin. So so far so good. I think just so if I were to take these 2 cards as an overall theme for this live, I would just say that taking the time to really figure out what motivates us, who we are as people, like drop the ego, like truly, what brings us happiness, what makes us feel fulfilled, what gets us out of bed in the morning, what brings us true joy. Taking a minute to really reflect on that, which is what the Hermit does. It's inner reflection. We're headed in the right direction, so we're going to be able to manifest what serves us that much faster. So very exciting. Yes, it is nice. Oh, no, that was good. Okay, so let me pull a couple cards for you, and then I'll clarify with my other deck here. So I've also been looking for new work. So I've been interviewing a lot. Have you been interviewing? It's pretty rough out there. Honestly, it's sort of who you know at this point. I'm getting a lot of calls from headhunters for consultant work, or freelance consultant work. So 12-month contracts or 18-month contracts. They all involve hybrid, a hybrid working environment. So the one that would be 12 months would be 4 days a month on site, which isn't the end of the world, but so for me it's in Boston, which is cuckoo traffic. So I would probably have to go in, and stay overnight. So drive in, do the day, stay overnight, do the second day, drive home. And then like a week or two later, do it again. And then meet my quota there. And then another contract position that I might be interviewing for, the commute would be 50 minutes, which isn't bad. I grew up in the country, so for me, it's always a 30 to 45 minute drive. So 50 at this point. It's not Boston, so yes, 4 days a week. But the money would be phenomenal, and the company is cool too. So I just got Upright. This card is the 10 of Wands. So it's the last card in the suit of Wands, which is, fire, motivation, passions, all the energy that your chutzpah, your mojo. In reverse, so upright, this means that you're at the end of the road. You've been carrying this heavy load up a hill in the distance. There's your destination. So it is coming. So you have your destination in sight. So this in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean the opposite. What it does mean is that it's closer than you think. So it has been a tough road, and the load that you're carrying has been very heavy. But whereas upright, the destination is in the far distance. In reverse, for me, this has come to mean that it's literally like a step or two away. So it will almost be a surprising resolution. So that is a great thing for me to see, at least, because I know that I've been waiting a long time and I'm starting to get nervous. So when you're starting to get nervous, oh no, what am I going to do if I don't, I gave myself a time frame and I, we're really nearing the end of that time frame. So if I don't get something that, for the next steps of my plan in my mind, now what? Do I go grab a job as a waitress? Do I start my own business? What do I do to make money? So the next card is, this is strategies. So it's like taking a look at, what's in your world, really figuring out like how to make it work best for you. Sorry, the ring light is pretty blinding here. Seven of Cheeses reversed, my favorite card. Okay. So, so with the Two of Wands, this is about strategy, about thinking about next steps. So exactly what I was just saying. So, okay, we're at the end of the road. All right, finally something surprises us. What we have planned next, it might not be exactly that next step, but we are going to be able to move forward. We might just need to reconfigure how we do it. So, so for an example, for me, I was hoping to be in a full-time position, with full benefits, work for a company, or, a place of employment where I was not a contractor. So like RSN, I know you said, the feeling of nervousness. So even as a contractor, there's no stability. I guess like if you're working in a company as an at-will employee, there's really no, it's just harder for you. You'd have to be performance managed before you were asked to leave. Whereas with a contract, they could just end it for no reason, or any reason really, and it's way less red tape or legalities they need to worry about when ending a contract. So, so for me, this would mean, even though the next best step is right around the corner, you're just going to have to reconfigure, how that works into your bigger plan. So him holding the world in his hand is the bigger plan, and then the two wands are you strategizing. How does this fit? So let's continue. Let's get another one. Oh, we got a tower. So tower is so this is a bit of a this deck is a bit, the imagery is a bit intense, but really it's just a complete and a totally different scenario. Following when the tower falls, say you were to wake up the next day, it's nowhere near the same type of day that you had the day before. So some people think of this as something bad, but I generally I like to think of towers as a good thing. But I am a Scorpio and I love change. So I would say, so remember we were talking about that surprise with the first card with the 9 of Wands. This could be like something that just completely blows your mind. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I never really gave this, this industry, any thought, but now that, someone's approaching me from it and, that does look like it would be a fit. It does, my skill set fits neatly into it. Let me start thinking about what this means for me long term. Okay, if I were to go down this road, everything would be different, but it would still be good. So to give you another example of like a tower, a positive tower would be you're Scorpio too. I know. So I don't know if you know your top 3. So, you have your sun sign. So that's ours is Scorpio. And then your moon sign. So it's your emotional self. I'm a Pisces. So 2 waters. And then your rising, which is how you present yourself to the world. I'm a Taurus. So very good in business to be a Taurus rising because, you're buttoned up and professional and serious and grounded. But yeah, on the inside, all mush. So I think the tower, another way to describe the tower would be a lottery win. Say you buy a ticket for the Mega Millions, which is tonight, 800 million in the US tonight for Mega Millions. And we win. And guess what? The tower. So just a little way to think of a tower in a positive way. Your moon is in Sag. Okay, my sun is a Sag sun. All right, so you got bored easy. You're always looking for excitement. Let's see. King of Swords. So we have a King of Swords coming into the reading. So this could be you. It could be a person in your environment. Rising is a Sag or a Cap, not sure. If you're a double Sag, you would know it. You would not be able to sit still. You'd be traveling constantly, in and out of relationships, always bored. Capricorn's more grounded, very hardworking, very diligent, serious, but very, very family oriented, loving, kind, but hard worker. I think the Capricorns are famous for being, workaholics. But proud of it, a lot of pride. Let me know. It's fun to figure out your top 3 and do a chart. So King of Swords coming into your world. This could be so communications. It could be technology. It could be medicine. It could be a lot of paperwork. It could be legal. Somebody who just is very logical in the way that they think and the way that they problem solve. Someone who's very serious, very black and white, fair, but just. So, yeah, I think you could be a rising Cap. I think that feels right. But, I don't really know. You'd have to tell me. So, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this King of Swords. Because I'd like to see what that means. So, mixed with the Tower could mean that, your next... the role that it could be a manager at work. It could be somebody that you're working with currently, or maybe your next manager, or maybe if you're the manager, somebody that you is a peer, or definitely say at work. And if it's with the tower, that could be sudden changes. Or like almost like an abrupt offer, like something that comes in very quickly. So especially so I think you've just been waiting a very long time. All of a sudden, surprise, like the thing that you've been waiting for is right there, and it's a go. It's different than how you expected it to surface, but you quickly strategize to figure out how to make it work. At first, it might feel as if it's completely out of your comfort zone, like way too different than what you're used to. Okay, so with the King of Swords, I would say that with good discipline, you'll be able to, discipline and just routine and determination, you'll be able to make it work and be successful. So so this is the next couple months. Let me see if I have any clarifiers on the King of Swords. Okay. Oh, the World. Yep. So you're holding the World in your hand here for the Two of Wands. Then you have your Tower. Then you have the King of Swords, which is, ultimate discipline, ultimate logic. Sort of like taking the emotion out of it and putting all your efforts into doing, like, to learn your core duties, to like build out, a strategy and build a team, work with your team. However, whatever role you take on is to really understand and make an effort, to do your best work and to learn to be comfortable and to lead in that role. And then what will happen is that, so I have found my place in this world is the affirmation that comes with the world. So it's fulfillment, it's harmony, completion, integration, achievement, a sense of belonging. So unity, wholeness, and celebration. So this is is a very grounded energy. This, as a major arcana, it's the last of the major arcana, so it's like the end of a cycle. It's grounded in earth energy. It's a positive card, and it's also it also designates that you'll find stability. Okay, so and then I also have so the Three of Wands. So you have the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands, where you found your direction, you're confident, you look to expand upon, where you find your comfort zone, and you're going to be moving forward as a leader. So, and that's a fire that we have a lot of fire in this reading. So you have the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Wands, now you have the Three of Wands, you got a Tower, which is, it's not necessarily fire energy, but it's major arcana, and it's very, it's energy that completely like changes everything. So, it uproots everything that's comfortable about your energy and jazzes it up to where it doesn't feel at all different, after the Tower. So I think that, you really are going to, it'll be a bit tumultuous or like uncomfortable at first, but you're really going to find your footing. You're going to be able to get into something that, eventually will become like a second home for you. You're going to feel very good about, the position that you find and like the work that you're going to be doing. You just have to learn. You have to sort of like learn in place, and don't be afraid to say that out loud, like as you interview. That you're a lifelong learner, and that you're not afraid to try something new and take the skills that you have that are transferable and make them work in a new environment. And sometimes having that fresh perspective and that fresh energy, it makes all the difference, and that's why they hire you. So if you are hired into an environment that is not comfortable, remember that every time you become uncomfortable, that the reason that you were hired is because you can bring a fresh perspective, is that you can, you're going to bring your, can-do energy, you're going to be disciplined, you're going to figure out what you need to do to succeed. Sometimes it's trial and error, but you're going to move forward, and you're going to constantly build upon, each win, and then you're going to be successful. So I cannot wait to hear how it goes. Okay. All right. I don't know, do we have anybody else on the... We've got 3 people on our chat. If anybody else has a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll start with this deck. Of course. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I certainly, I want that for myself too. I really, I find myself getting into ambiguous environments, and I've talked to a lot of people who are job searching or just have recently got a new job, and they say that after post-COVID and return to work, being hybrid or even if it's full-time on site, that everybody feels sort of overworked and under pressure versus when we were all remote just trying to do our best. So, really, factor that in, that when you do start something new, that emotionally it probably will take a toll. And that, just have to remind ourselves that it's not just us. Everybody is also, having these feelings and trying to manage them. And then people who are in management positions are trying to manage the people who feel overwhelmed and overworked. And, everybody, it definitely is a domino effect. And, so if we're feeling it, you can't imagine, management's getting probably, twice that pressure. And as you go up, everybody's feeling pressure. So, just do your best and try to stay positive and try to do things that are good for you. Self-care, whatever self-care means to you. So it's if it's taking a walk when you feel stressed, or just going outside and grounding yourself, or just listening to a YouTube meditation, anything. That might be the way to just sort of get through those first couple of weeks of discomfort. So I'm shuffling. All right, you'll be moving to another city or country for this new opportunity. We'll see. The world, actually, the world card that was one of the last cards in your reading does indicate travel as well. So I can pull another card just to verify. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here: new beginnings, career opportunities, resources, manifestation, abundance, stability, security, prosperity. This has to do with your crown chakra. So it would have to, just really, that feeling of excitement and anticipation that you feel. This is, it's those feelings that tie into this card. And also, the different astrology signs that are aligned with the Ace of Pentacles are very grounded signs. They're all earth signs. So it's positive. Again, it's an offer. So let's cross our fingers that this one's for us. Let me see. Another country. Will RSN be moving to another country? City or country? That would be, how exciting. It's almost, it gives you, the possibilities are limitless. But okay, we got the King of Swords again. So an astute man, authority and power, high standards, mental clarity, morally upright, justice, honesty, and truth. So it's fire and air. It's a positive card, so it would be a yes to your question. Let's pull something else. So job offer, King of Swords. So I'm curious, maybe you'll have somebody who's, you might be aligned with someone who's a very high up leader. Oops, whoa. And wouldn't that be great to, okay, this one just flew out. The Hermit again, my goodness, we're getting all the same cards. self-reflection, introspection, enlightenment, spiritual contemplation, receiving or giving guidance. Okay, so I'm seeking solitude to explore my options and wisdom. So my guess is that you're going to be sort of aligned, maybe as a right hand, somebody who's so I do work like I can be like an assistant or a liaison or like a chief of staff. I don't know if you've heard that job description, but a lot of it's operations and delivery in a corporate business environment. So that's the type of work that I can do. And it does, even though I am paired with an executive, it's pretty lonely. It's almost like you know too much. You know what I mean? How funny is it that I read tarot cards? It's like I know too much, but you're locked into a lot of like confidential planning. And again, that you might be in charge of expediting certain things within your new environment, but you can't. It's not a friendly place. It's like you almost have to just know what's expected of you, know what deliverables are expected of the people that are your peers and that your executive might need, and then just push and to get it over the finish line, and then document everything and then present it all in all the meetings. But because you're closer to the leadership level, it's almost like you can't. There's no making friends. It's all business. So I mean, that's just popping into my mind. So it might be something like that. So where I'm still asking about travel, so I don't know where I'm getting all these extra stuff. But so I think that's like, remember I was telling you about like, the emotional toll that might come with that. You're not trapped. Know that, there are ways for self-care. It's just you're going to have to figure out how to sort of dance around those. And if you're, so I would say like if you do move, if you're in a new city or a new country, how many things, everything will be new. The food will be new, the language will be new, the culture will be new, where you travel will be new. So if you're a Scorpio like me who loves to travel, I don't see that as a challenge at all. I find it to be very exciting because, you do your work, you do what you need to do, and then you go and adventure. So, all right. So I would say the cards that I'm getting, I'm thinking are like, okay, so you're only limited by, what you apply for. So say you're offered certain jobs. So I would say, because this is my meh card, it's like maybe whatever. So it's a missed opportunities, a blind. So what's sticking out to me is the word blind spot. So I would say that make sure you're applying for opportunities that are looking for people who are really motivated by travel and and like working globally, or just say that you'd be very open to relocation. I think you just have to speak it into existence. So if you don't say it out loud to yourself and look for those types of roles where that is almost a must, then you might end up like taking the first thing offered and then you'll be bored. All right. So it's saying that this one just flew out. So hope, direction, renewal, trust, belief, positivity, creativity and inspiration, rebirth, optimistic about the future. So this could also mean like stardom, like you're actually like a rock star in your new role. Like if you find the right environment and if you push to be hired into the right environment, you will be a rock star because you'll just be so in your element and so happy. To like I said, like if the job itself is hard and sort of serious and disciplined, but you're in an environment that's very exciting to you. So there's that like, that work-life balance will come into play because you'll be excited to, get out and travel and learn. So the Page of Cups. So I'm getting a lot of like advice on, keeping your mind open and like being open to new things. And here's another surprise card. So the fish in the cup of the Page of Cups is a surprise card. So I think that when you do, you're going to get an offer, and I think it will be a surprise to you because you never really saw yourself in that industry or doing that type of work. But when you really think about it, it will bring your skills are transferable. You can understand how to do your best work, and how you can help them, with what they need, the company needs. It might give you the exact things you're looking for. So by taking a risk or, a chance on something new, you get to do that. You get to travel and do the things that you want to do in your free time. And it'll provide stability. And this is all this is a water sign. This is a water element card. So Page of Cups is the beginnings of something, it could be the beginning of a relationship, the beginning of new emotions, the beginning or the offer of, it could be a new relationship, a personal relationship. And since we're talking business, I would just say it could be a new interest. All of a sudden, when you're searching for, I know you say that you've been applying for a lot of different roles, but maybe what you can do is you can start searching on jobs that are great for people who love to travel, or major companies that work. Say you want to see Czechoslovakia. Say, I'll just pick a country. Say you want to, or you want to go to Germany and you want to see all of Germany. So, what companies in general are centralized in those and then start looking on their career websites and seeing what you can do. I think just start. I get trapped into I go on LinkedIn and Indeed and I just stay there. I don't go anywhere else. I know there's all these different sites out there that have they're great for remote work, or if you are a digital designer, here and there. They have all these different sites that are supposedly focused on different skill sets. But I mean, I'm just a lady with a master's degree in business management, and I just I want to make a difference, but at the same time have a good work-life balance and be with my family. But do a great job. I do love to work. I do love to lead a team or be part of a larger organization, and do the events and have big meetings, and get excited about our wins. But it seems like everybody's equipped to do the same job nowadays. Yeah, I haven't tried anything else. LinkedIn and Indeed. So maybe start going right to the company's website. If you're able to find a few key companies that you think will fit your interests, and then they're also out of the countries that you really want to visit. I would maybe just go right there, and then I don't know. And I've seen on Instagram they have these they have different influencers who show you how to. So say you're applying for a job or you have a certain skill set, they teach you how to go on to LinkedIn and find somebody who works at the company that you want to work in, and then you send them an in-mail, or you go on their LinkedIn site, you find somebody that you might have in common, and then you find or you look at their site and say, okay, we both worked at Bank of America, and in our past 20 years of a career, or however old you are, and they say, you send them a LinkedIn. Hi, my name is. We both worked at this place. I'm curious. I'm very interested in working at the company that you're in. And you just start networking. I mean, it's a lot like cold calling and sales, right? But at the same time, it's okay, if we're going to only use LinkedIn and Indeed, then maybe we have to be a little bit more strategic about how to do it. Okay, yeah, we got to keep ourselves out of the cold. I got this in reverse. So the 5 of Pentacles or coins shows this is so lack mentality. feeling left out in the cold, like not getting what you deserve, constantly being overlooked. In reverse, it's avoiding that, by being strategic, figuring out what keeps us working and making money. Okay, let me just read. Technology has made working a lot different. You're not kidding. So I made a joke. I was in an interview the other day, and in preparing for it, they asked me all these questions about like how to, digital content and accessibility. And then there are different tools that people use. So we were talking about where back in the day, you really had to understand, the like HTML and how to go in, and if something wasn't showing correctly for accessibility, like say if you had an image and somebody was reading it, if they were blind or visually impaired and they needed the description to fully explain what they were looking at online, if the wording wasn't set up correctly, you would have to go into HTML and fix it. But now it's just literally a button, and you go and you hit a button and it brings up it brings up text boxes and says, oh, if anyone, visually impaired, like asks for the voice reader to read, it will say this, and it gives you the exact text that they'd see. It even gives you an option to say that it's decorative, so you don't have to do all the accessibility things. But in the interview, I was saying that my child, he's 11, that he is the one that pointed it out to me, the kids today everyone who was younger than us has been raised with a level of technology that we had to sort of learn, we had to go and do it on our own. Like, so we needed to seek out the knowledge on how to make it work, whereas they were just raised with it. So it was, it's insane. So yeah, it's very hard to be a person in, after 20 years in technology, because everybody wants new. They want what's current. They want people who are versed in AI, who know how to build it, who understand how it's changing. It's wild. So, I'm on YouTube University a lot, learning about whatever I can, or whatever my 11-year-old says is the best thing to know. So, good times. So I did get the High Priestess. So I'd say that, keep doing what we're doing. Definitely trust our gut. If you, say you're dreaming about anything specific, or if something just constantly stands out to you, if say you're scrolling social media and you keep hearing, certain topics, or something just stands out to you as something I just heard that. Why do I keep hearing about this thing? It could be your spirit guides reaching out to you to tell you, okay, this is something that you might need to know. Maybe put your focus on this, or just look for signs. I'm getting I know this is sort of just trust your intuition. It could be, it could be a Pisces in your world. High Priestess is a major arcana, so it could represent a person. Could these cards, they do depict female and male, but it doesn't have to be binary. But yeah, so I would just say trust your instincts, and if you get a gut instinct, or if you dream about something specifically, it could be messages from your guides that you need to focus on that area a little bit more. Let me get a little woo there. And the Emperor, yeah, especially regarding jobs, because since we're on the job hunt, the Emperor is ultimate leadership, authority. It's what we're asking for in a way, stability, structure, formal guidelines. We want we're not out there going and creating a business, a small business on Main Street. We're not opening cafes or starting our own art galleries, or we want pretty run-of-the-mill structured corporate jobs. That's sort of what I've been, it's where I feel the most stable. So it's not for everybody, but so maybe what this is saying is that, you know, what makes us feel most stable is, you know, a traditional, you know, role at a company where we're working in a hierarchical way. You know, like let's just say corporate. It doesn't have to be, but what we know to be sort of like, you know, a standard structure. Whereas, so I think that's our advice, is to stick with what we know, but you know, like if you, I always think of like all the movies that I grew up with in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s were about these people who had sort of like normal lives, and then they went and created something wacky, and all of a sudden, you know, they were, you know, selling their product that they developed. And it always seems so foreign to me. Like I've never been somebody who was who could create something and then sell it and have that be the way I made money. I've always been an assistant or somebody that was working with somebody else. I'm very like team oriented. I like and I also like really big projects and big wins, and yeah, I don't know. So maybe I need to start thinking about how I could maybe make money outside of what I know, you know, like what my standard way of doing things, or at least be more willing to understand it so I can help my son, because it seems that like the kids nowadays, they're so good at everything that a lot of them just want to be YouTube sensations, you know. Why not be an influencer? Because you can do whatever you're most passionate about online, and people pay you money for it. So I haven't wrapped my head around how to do that yet. I see YouTube as an outlet, as a way to kind of connect with other people who like, you know, woo tarot cards like me. So this is, so this card, I think with the other three that came out before it, I think it just says, you know, so this is a disappointment card, but it's a 5 of Cups. So it's an emotional card. It's about kind of focusing too much on what doesn't work, instead of where if he just turned around, he could see that 2 are still standing upright. And so if we look at these as like failed ideas, but these are 2 really good ones, and he's not turning around to see that they're right there. He's too focused. I could be a career coach. I actually did look into that. You'll laugh. So this was the one time I went outside of the box. I actually applied to be a coach on, because I am a skilled, so I'm a developmental coach for executive assistants, C-suite level executive assistants. I have been for 20 years. But so I said, okay, well, there's a real need for this. You know, it hasn't really been glamorized because, you know, assistants, there's a stigma in anytime you use the word assistant anyway. But so I applied to BetterUp, to be a career coach for executive assistants. And then also I wanted to have like a spiritual spin on it, like as far as law of abundance and manifesting. So I didn't get too woo in my application, but I was mostly focused on the executive assistant coaching, and they wanted me to reapply in 6 months after I went and got 2 different certifications. So so even though you might have a lot of like experience in something, there's still so I'm still thinking about it. So here are my 2 certifications I'm thinking about getting, but it would be about, you know, probably $3,000 to get the certifications, and I think I could do it quicker than 6 months, but would it be worth it? I'm not sure. You know, like, would I get a job at BetterUp that would be able to pay my bills? That would be completely out of the box for me. Or would it be a side hustle? So yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe that's good RSN. You're the reader tonight. So, I mean, well, let's think about why am I even bringing that up. So, I think maybe just think of all the things that you've been like throughout your career that you've been told are your strengths, and maybe see if there isn't a way that we can push that into, your job search. And it might not be something you're comfortable with leading with because it's just, you see it as a personality thing, but it might be something that somebody needs, and there really isn't a lot of there hasn't been glamour around it in the past. And maybe if you're a certification away from doing something that you've always been great at and it comes naturally to you, then maybe that's the advice for today. So the Seven of Swords, or Five of Swords, sorry, is for me, it's sort of like somebody who always, like seeing people that always seem to win. This is after a battle, and he's got 3 swords, and the other 2 people that he was battling with, or I guess it could be like sword fighting play practice. But so it's just, ultimately it comes down to competition, beating out your competition, but in a way that it doesn't feel fair to the other people. So if I'm going to put a positive spin on this, especially with the other cards, I would just say look for a way to get that leg up, like using your natural skill set. It might annoy and bewilder the people around you as to like why you were picked over somebody else with maybe a more traditional like resume and education. But I think if there's a way that we can lead with what we're strong in, and package it and communicate it in a way that's irresistible to an employer, we might just get what we want. And then because everything is changing, new fresh energy, again, back to that initial reading that we did about, not letting a new and uncomfortable environment sort of take away your energy and your excitement for the work. Discipline yourself. So the Queen of Swords. This is basically the King of Swords, but with a little less a little less fierceness. Still very, but could be almost so it could be sort of like cutting with your words. Could be somebody. I would just say that being that we have so many swords here, I would just say understand who you are, figure out how you can work your special skills, get the language prepared, be ready to defend, your plan, your strategy, how you can bring success to the new role, and don't worry about the haters, I guess is the best way to put that. But be ready, be ready to show them why they picked you. All right. Who else do we have? So it's just us on the call tonight. All right. I'm going to do a general reading just for the people who I know log in. They watch the recording back because they're in different time zones. So I'm just going to do a little reading for them, and then we'll log off around 8. I'm just going to do 3 cards, and then I'm going to clarify. Okay. Ooh, this is great. Check us out. I don't know where my camera is. Okay, King of Pentacles. So that is the best. Oh, same here. RSN, thanks for chatting with me all night. This is great. I'm so happy that you joined and that we could actually almost have like a one-on-one reading for you, which is good because I think I needed to talk to somebody who's going through the same sort of thing I am. So it was wonderful. All right, so we got the King of Pentacles, so nothing but very good things ahead as far as our career. We're going to get everything we want. The Page of Wands, we're going to be excited and motivated, and we might have some travel, and we're going to be part of a team. So this is my teamwork card. Page of Wands is the beginning of something that's very exciting. It could be a younger person that comes in, sort of like just teaches us something new that we've never learned before, but we're really good at it. It's exciting to be part of the team that's doing something energizing. And the King of Pentacles, it could be, again, it could be a person, or it could be a situation that just brings total stability. Happiness, stability, you feel grounded, you feel in control, really plentiful, good money. All right, so I'm done with this one. This one's not even, and then let's clarify. All right, clarified King of Pentacles. This is sometimes fun. I wait for jumpers because I feel like it's more of an authentic energy or read when it happens. But sometimes I like to see if we can get double, like 2 of the same cards. Okay. Oh, we had this before. Check it out. It's the 10 of Cups. So domestic harmony, family reunions, contentment, celebrations, peaceful coexistence, emotional stability and security. So where this is physical stability and security, this is emotional. So that's the clarifier for that one. Fantastic. Are you a November Scorpio or an October Scorpio? My birthday is 11/11. November 11. All right. Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. So with the Page of Wands, I got the Strength in reverse. So what that tells me is that it just means that when we learn something new, and especially from someone younger, we might feel vulnerable or insecure. There's some self-doubt that might creep in. But what it's telling us paired with this is that there's nothing to be afraid of. Ultimately, let's look back upon, we had the 10 of Cups and the King of Pentacles, the 2 highest cards for emotional and physical stability and security. So when these moments pop in, we just have to remember that, we've got this. We are capable of learning and everything's going to be fine. So with the teamwork card, we have the Knight of Wands. So I can see this is very positive. It's a yes card. So it's air and fire, which means, good communications, thought patterns, motivation, excitement, passion. So the Knight of Wands is the Knights bring offers. So what we're brought as far as like our next steps and work, it's going to feel adventurous. It's going to be an inspired role. So, hey, I will take it. I'm excited. Mine's 7/11. Wait, so totally November. You're 7/11. I don't know. I'm confused. So November. Oh, got it. Yours is the 7th, and I'm the 11th. Is that what you mean? Ace of Cups. All right. New friendships and relationships incoming. You're going to have new feelings, emotional awakenment. You're going to feel really fulfilled. You're going to get creative. Oh, got it. Okay. I know. November. Look at us. November Scorpios. Love it. All right. I got the same cards as we did earlier. Page of Cups and the two of Wands. So you're going to get we're getting a surprise. We're going to be really surprised at how this new role makes us feel. Like, it might make us feel a little like, I don't know about this. I don't feel comfortable. But then we're going to remind ourselves that we are awesome and that we're very intelligent and smart. We can do anything we put our minds to, including being hip and young and learning new things. So that's when we discipline ourselves and we figure out our core duties, how that we can make that into a strategy, and we make it work. We show everybody what we can do. We defend our abilities, and we're going to succeed. All right. I think that's it. How do you feel? I know. I hope you get to travel. I think I don't know that's in the cards for me, but let me tell you, I would. It'll be exciting. Uh-oh. So, okay. Well, I hope you have an awesome week. Hopefully I'll see you next week. I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm online every Tuesday between 7 and 8 Eastern. And if you do have some good news during the week and you want to report in and share it with somebody, you can go ahead and comment on any of the recordings on the site, and I'll get the message. All right, and then we will celebrate the next time we're on a live together. So, yeah, take care. All right, have a great night. And I'm going to try not to mess up the end of this video too horribly because my son's not helping. See, I can learn new things. I will make it, it'll be fine. All right, have a great week. Take care.